Good morning, Mike and Arlen, our Philippine journey. Thanks so much for joining us. Hey, look, using some new software or a different recording setup this morning. So kind of bear with us just a little bit. Koreans walking street, ba- people being banned from bars. I mean, oh my God, there's just so much going on in Angeles City today, tonight, everything. We're going to tell you a little bit about it and we're going to go through what we know. And then we're going to show you the actual video at Walking Street because we went down there to check on it. Now, let's get started. Okay. Here we are. Um, I guess I should just start. Let's look at this first. You know what? We're just going to do this. Viking Bar. Now, this bar is right next door to um, Barnana. And you may remember Barnana, it's right here. You may remember Barnana as where Leon was assaulted. Now, Leon, it's my Philippine life, the Russian blogger here, where he was assaulted by a Korean bar manager and one of its bouncers. And Shario, actually, his partner was also assaulted by some of the door girls. Hmm, bad stuff. But this is, well, I don't like that. Hmm. Let's do this instead. And like I said, you have to bear with me because we weren't really prepared to use this just yet. But Viking Bar. Now, this is a one of the larger Korean bars here on Walking Street, and this has to do with the manager, his bodyguards, and some Filipino women. So let me tell you how this sort of got started. And before I even do that, we're going to boom and move, and we're going to put this in. So I went down to Walking Street tonight. Arlen and I went down tonight, and it's kind of funny a little bit. We weren't planning on going to Walking Street, that's for sure. We weren't planning on going bar hopping. We were literally in our bedroom, sort of down for the evening, watching TV, and all of a sudden, Raffy Tufalo came on, and it was something else. Now, in the links below, I'm going to include a link to the actual Raffy Tufalo show, but it's in all Tagalog, and uh, there are other people that are going to be doing a translation for you, other channels. So, Mike's Philippine Journey is going to have stuff. I'm sure Philippine Antics is going to have stuff. I'm sure Andy Omar is going to have stuff. They'll be able to give you a verbatim translation. But here's what happened. So there is a massage salon not far from Walking Street. And that salon, its owner and its employees have been assaulted by the manager of this bar and that bar staff. And to make a long story short in there, okay, what happened is that that's where they park their car when they come to work. And the Korean's been very, very arrogant. He's physically accosted them, he spit on them, and he is actually said, "Hey, I will make you unalive." Well, she'd had enough of this shit. So she went to the police, apparently. The police said, "You have to go to the barangay." All right. And then the barangay says, "Well, no, you got to go to the police." She got tired of this. So she went to Roofy Tufalo. All right. And yeah, there's Barnana. And that manager's gone now. Okay. He's just disappeared. He vanished. He's might be in another part of town, might be out of town, might have just skipped the country. So either way, she went to Tufalo. Now, um, I had a friend who happened to be out there and saw Rafi Tufalo's media van um, in Angeles. So I thought, okay, it's coming. It's going to be something. There's going to be something going on here. Um, but I didn't expect it to happen in literally less than 12 hours. Sure enough, this video comes on TV, and this whole thing gets really damning. And what happens here is that Roofy has got the ladies from the massage bar, and they're saying, "Hey, you know what? This Korean guy, he got mad because there's no extra services. He came in and was screaming and yelling at us. They get constantly mad at us. Um, and he, I mean, he's even like demanding to see their business permits, their identification, all kinds of stuff, threatening them, telling them he's going to get them closed down, he's going to own them, um, all of these things. And that's what precipitated her going in those directions. Mm, okay, fine. We understand that. I mean, we don't agree with it, but we understand that's part of the process here of this argument. Well, Rafi gets the four ladies in the studio, and then he starts getting other people. First, he calls the local police station and talks to one of the people in charge. Okay. A inspector, detective inspector, detector investigator. Then he gets and questions him. He then turns around and calls a much higher a commandant, I guess is the best word for it, but they'll tell you who in the actual video. But then the next thing he does is he gets the Bureau of Immigration. Then after that, he gets the mayor, the actual mayor of Angeles City. And he's really, I mean, he's not yelling or screaming. And let me tell you something, folks. You need to recognize something really important. Don't consider this to be an issue of um what's the best word to use? Don't consider this to be oh, there's Junior. He's one of the little people down there that begs for money. So don't consider that to be a issue of oh, Rafi Tufalo is um, uh, the Jerry Springer of the Philippines. I'm sorry, I am moving some stuff around, trying to get used to this software. So the people consider him, call him the Rafi Jerry Springer. He's not. Let me tell you about Rafi Tufalo before you even think anything else. Rafi Tufalo is a sitting senator of the Philippines. That's a pretty big situation. Not only that, he's very, very popular. And finally, he is considered to be a contender and is heavily exploring being one of the candidates for presidency of the Philippines in the upcoming elections. Okay, all of this goes on, and Rafi wants to know what the hell is going on here. So, to make a long story short, what he ends up doing is he is like telling the mayor, I want to see, and to the police, I want to see this place investigated. I want to see this person investigated. In fact, I want to know who's got the permit to this place, who's got that, who's got everything that goes along with it. I want to know, do they have work permits? Do they have employment permits? Are they abiding by the law? Okay. Now you're going to see other bloggers with other videos that have other information and the actual video itself. But I want to ask you this. I want to ask you, do you think the city is going to come down on Walking Street? Do you think the city is going to come down on the Koreans? Do you think the city is going to start to investigate all of the bars? Hmm. You got to tell us that below. Now, here's the other thing. I was uh, told, and you'll see there's going to be a video out there from um, Mike's Philippine journey, I think, shortly, uh, where a certain blogger, a certain popular blogger here in Angeles City has been banned from all of the Wolfpack bars. And I said to Arlen, I said, hey, you know what? Um, let's drop by before we go. We went down to um, Poppy's Street Foods, which is part of Eric and Mercy's place, Poppy's Chill and Grill. Uh, and so we're leaving, and the intention was just to go have one drink, see if is Viking Bar closed. Because I said, you know what? As soon as we see, this has been out. This came, I think it came on at like 7 o'clock tonight. And at 8:30, I said, let's go see if they're open. And Arlen's like, and I'm like, no, I really want to see. I really do. I bet they're closed tonight. I bet this negative publicity has really hurt them. I bet they shut down. So we did. And that's what you saw. Vikings is shut down. But on our way out, I said, hey, let's drop by. I happen to know that two of the managers at two of the different Wolfpack bars are working tonight. It's sort of on our way out to catch a strike to go home. Let's stop by and see if this information about this blogger is true. Well, guess what? We confirmed it. It is absolutely true. They have his photo in their phone and they said, yes, he is banned. You'll have to watch you'll have to watch little slip of the tongue there. You'll have to watch Mike's expose on that. Finally, I want to address one more item, and that is it's not just arrogant Koreans. Now, yeah, of course, there's an issue with this at the bars. It's evident, okay? But there are plenty of arrogant expats as well. Some men's behavior is just beyond acceptable in anything we would do in public or treat people like in public in the US and in the UK and in Australia. Why would it be acceptable here? I don't get that. So, like I said, in the comments below, let us know. In the meantime, this is simply the way it is. It is closed, closed, closed. You could do this. You could just say CLOSED. I don't write very well with this, do I? um, it is it's pretty bad, but they are shut down completely, and we're going to see how long it's going to take before they reopen. You never know. Otherwise, look, thanks. You guys have a great night.